Kindness starts here. This your girl Quill, the one that keeps it real with that trill. Give you a thrill that is beauty filled with looks that can kill. Hey, welcome back to God's Kingdom of Tarot Show. Tarot Show. You better act like you know. All right. If you don't know, now you know. You know very well who you are. Don't let them hold you down. Reach for the stars. You had a goal, but not that midnight. But you're the only one. I'll give you good and plenty. Juicy. Juicy. Oh yeah, juicy. Don't be having me doing that in the morning, okay? We got Laura Cora up in the house. It's Mommy Very Clear, King Teddy, my daddy, my buddy, the Holy Trinity energy. We also call Laura Cora She's us, okay? As she represents Jesus in the Holy Trinity, the child energy, okay? But yeah, so one could be blunt, but one must act with care, okay? And a thug persona is not needed, okay? I was watching this short, and a lot of people, like, thought, I don't know, like, I didn't agree with it, like, but I'm not taking it serious because it was entertaining. I will say that. And she was talking about how she suffered from thug addiction. She's a recovering person from thug addiction. And while I think that's all cute and dandy, I think that, like, stuff is all cute and dandy. But the thing she was saying to help her recover from this and, keep her from resorting from withdrawals, she was saying, like, yeah, like, basically kind of talk to me crazy so I could be reminded of those times. But if you're trying to recover from those times, you shouldn't even want to, like, experience that same type of treatment. And then the example she was saying, they were like, it was almost like she wanted them to disrespect her every now and then. And you don't have to be, like, you don't have, like, you could want that type of person, but if that person is just blunt, that's what it is. And they should respect you. They should care for you, okay? Shout out to the 8 people up in here. As y'all get in my chat, please acknowledge the video by liking the video, and I'll acknowledge you right back up in there if you want to get in my chat. But I'm about to set the settings because somebody didn't remind me. Okay, but yeah. So, like, yeah, but we need to. So that person is being blunt. Like a person. Anybody could be that, right? And the goal is to get their point across, because even her example, kind of reiterated that, like she said, like, say if you told me to do something and I ain't do it. And I forgot the phrase she said she said she wanted him to say, like, what I say. Like, that's first of all, that's kind of how you talk to a child, but even with respect there, but or care there, there's a bigger thing. But then it's like, you want them to express what they said, like whatever they say, whether they have to repeat it. So that's why I said a thug persona is not needed. Expression is, okay? I didn't want to say we don't want thugs, because thugs could be recovering addicts from being a thug, okay? Being rude, being, like, being that thing that really is wrapped up in coolness because it's labeled a thug, okay? Baby, because I'm a thug all day, every day. Baby, because I'm a thug, wouldn't change it for the world. Ooh, because I'm a thug. That's right, you hurt me. Because I'm a thug. Check it out. Chick Daddy, I'm a thug. But yeah, no, like, it's because they deserve love too. Thugs deserve love too, and thugs deserve an opportunity to change. But they could continue to have their persona or personality intact. Okay, it doesn't give you the permission to just talk to anybody any type of way because you're labeled as a thug, or you shouldn't want someone to talk to you any type of way because they're labeled a thug. Okay, they should you should yearn for that type of persona if you do yearn for it, as in an expressive way, because you like how that person expresses themselves. Okay, but they should also keep in mind that you are somebody that they love and care about, right? If you're with them or whatever the connection is. But, they should keep that in mind. Because sometimes these thugs or, these people that act like thugs, they'll start getting used to talking to you like that. And then they'll start adding disgust to it. Like everything they say to correct you or to, tell you what they need to do, it comes with like they are just so annoyed and disgusted with you. It start developing into that because that's what's growing. What's growing is like disrespect, allowing them to be able to say anything they want to you without filter. Okay, that's what's growing. But they can say anything they want to you with filter and still be considered a thug if that's what you really want. But they will be that person that you want. And then they could develop into that person who could say things with care and express themselves. Because sometimes, like when people don't want to look like a thug or don't want to look like they're just so blunt, they start suppressing their feelings. They start suppressing what they really want to say. They'll just think it. I grew up in a family that was very abusive to me. I was adopted and stuff like that. And a lot of stuff, like a lot of thoughts, a lot of my heavier thoughts would stay in my thoughts. Like I won't say anything about it, and I would know about it for a long time. And then years down the line, they would say, you knew that, or you was around that, or you was around then, and all this type of stuff, because like I kept my mouth shut. And I knew if I couldn't say it nice, I'm not going to say it. If I don't know how to formulate it in a nice way, I'm not going to say it. And I ended up spilling over into people pleasing, trying to be overly polite and, neglecting myself, neglecting my expression, because that's what grew, But what we could do is, balance that type of stuff because, like it's something probably you like in yourself and other people like, like that you're a thug, that you're not scared of nothing. Or, like you're not scared to say what you need to say and stuff like that. See, it's going back to expression. But also you need to find a way to say it in a respectful way. I'm not saying you already disrespectful. I'm not saying all thugs are disrespectful. That persona is allowed to run rampant in the world because people don't know what they like about it. But yeah, so hopefully that made sense. Okay. Yeah, because it was this time. So if you want to show care, an example I think about, even when I think about this topic, there was a time where, I was telling a friend about, a struggle I was going through as I was developing my business. And the person I was developing my business with was way older than me. And I'm gonna leave that there. He was way older than me. And then I was telling my friend about it, and like some of the moves he was making as if, like he knew better because he was older than me as well. But, my friend pointed out that, like they're at that age and you're at this age, basically, like comparing. Like I said, he's way older than me. They're at the age, you're at this age. So, like they basically more mad at, the fact that they're at a certain point in their life at the age that they are, essentially that's what they said. And I thought that was cool because, like sometimes I'll be in conversations and I would express my concerns about somebody that has nothing to do with that person to that person. And then they will start attacking me, or, questioning me like what kind of people you're around. But, like I could be around a certain person, and then not want what they want, or that certain person can make mistakes and stuff like that. So when I say, you should act with care, like that person is more on addressing your concern. It's not like that person wasn't, and there's so much that, kind of they said a joke about another person on your behalf. And, like, so I appreciated that, like I and then to compare it to myself, even in that moment, like that wasn't something I would say, because I'm a, like I normally, like I would see people flaws and I would try to disregard them. I don't want to be, I don't want to try to look like I'm better than them, like, so, for them to be able to say it for me, and then they said it with no filter and stuff like that, and it wasn't against me, and it wasn't a rude thing, even if they said it in that person's face, like it wasn't a rude thing, it was something for you to actually be reminded of, but, like I appreciated that in that person, even though, like one would think that person would be blunt based on what they said and stuff like that. They're blunt or they're mean or stuff like that. I can't tell you nothing and stuff like that. And then even the person, having a concern, which was me, like I could have, like in unhealed situations or toxic situations, I could have, like turned on them because they're trying to talk about a person they don't know. But that wasn't even my thought. I just got the thought, actually. But like I'm not like that. Like I'm not like that when it comes to that. So I focus on what's important. So what's more important is everybody gets to say what they're going to say. Everybody gets to say or do what they're going to do, express themselves, and that's what I value in people, because I used to think that I just like blunt people, because I know Sagittarius to be really blunt. So I was excited when I met a Sagittarius in that, realm or arena and stuff like that, because that person doesn't hold back, but I still kept my mind and eye out for, toxic behaviors, and I would check them on it and stuff like that, when it came to disrespect, because they would get so comfortable being blunt that they'll start fucking aiming that fucking fire at you. And again, I am the friend, I am the loved one, I'm the person, like you care about. So treat me like that, talk to me like that, and you can express yourself. You could be unfiltered all the fuck you want to, but filter it when it comes to my motherfucking respect, motherfucker. So we would have arguments and stuff like that, and he would claim that that's the reason why he couldn't pursue me. I mean, not pursue me, progress with me or whatever, because I was always taking up for myself. And then, so like, I've seen both sides, and I'm like, and I've never been like saying like, oh, I just love me a thug, like I grew up in the hood, I grew up in the project, shout out to the project, okay, Jordan Down projects, okay, but like I grew up in the hood, and I wasn't, honestly, I wasn't interested in anybody in the hood, like, and then I knew about, like a lot of us grown up with people who were cousins, because people were cheating and stuff like that, and it just looked like everybody, like, well, most niggas in the hood cheated unless their mothers took care of them, and which led to me, like having a crush on certain people, or not a person, because I didn't really have crushes on people. Like I wasn't even in that realm. Like sometimes I, like I wasn't boy crazy, but I would hang around with friends who were boy crazy too. But that's besides the point. But like I wasn't really attracted to the people, and again, I'm not trying to act as if or say anything as if I am better than them, because I don't think I'm better than them. I believe that, I understand us as a people. Like I include myself in them, like I don't separate myself from them to think I'm better or more important or anything like that. And I understand our struggles, but like analyzing that type of stuff, like it made me like not be attracted to thugs per se, people with thug personas or something like that. Some people like that, like literally like that. They like the fact that the nigga hit them, when they don't do something. Like I was saying an example earlier, she was like, I want you to be like what I say. I mean, I want you to be like what I say if I don't obey. And it's just like, nah, I don't even want you to be like that. Like I don't even want you to be like that. So and then so I even point that example out. And in particular, I just watched it this morning, and I was thinking about a similar situation, like where people are blunt, and that video helped me put together the topic. But, I'm not trying to, gain off of her or anything if that is the case. But, like I just watched it. So I was just looking at like how, even so she's not the only one, right? So she's not the only one with those type of thoughts, because it's been normalized. It's been the type of behavior people now search for, yearn for, their preference and stuff like that. So you're saying you're recovering from that. So you're trying to walk away from that type of lifestyle. And you're trying to keep the person, which would be understandable if you're trying to keep that person or that type of person for the right reason. And you're not the only one. So a lot of people are thinking like this, and that's why people go back to situations just for no apparent reason that they know God delivered them from. I'm not trying to judge you. It don't have to just be a baby mama, baby daddy type of shit. But it mostly be them motherfuckers, okay? I didn't talk to not one person in the shelter who wasn't willing to go back to their baby daddy, who wasn't even helping their baby daddy on the side. Some bitches was helping their baby daddy and they in the shelter. How are you able, if you in touch with your baby daddy, why are you in the shelter and they not even in the shelter with you? First off. And then why is that not a forefront issue you're considering when you're connecting with this person or reconciling with this person and stuff like that? So I didn't talk to not one person who wasn't doing that. Every person I talked to, every woman I talked to, they were doing that. So it's like they saying like, yeah, I'm healing. I don't want him no more. I don't want that person no more, or that type of lifestyle no more. But they steady like dipping in that pot and trying to be over here or over, in the healing space. Like, how are you? Like, so it's a bunch of y'all just saturating the fucking healing market and really wanting to go back. But you got one toe here and one toe there. Sagittarius is probably very important. I was thinking about the temperance card. Like, you got both places. And you're wishing, to get more on one side, but you really want to take what's on the other side as well. And what I even say about an ego, it is reminding me of how I even think about the ego. The ego is not bad. The ego just has to be checked. And essentially, that's what I'm saying. They could continue to be themselves. They could continue to be blunt all they want. But it should be for you, on the behalf of you, but never directed towards you. And you should not miss that behavior. You should not ever want that behavior. But that's my opinion. You can do what you want. You grown. You're your own individual. You can do what you want, But I believe I've been called to say something like this, because I'm probably not just tired of it. God is tired of seeing this shit. Like, you told me to deliver you from this nigga, and you just like, oh, I want to go sample some of this. Like, can I have an appetizer of that? But I'm going to stay over here, though. Can I eat it over here? I keep referencing back to a child, Y'all new here. They took my son, and it's been a battle. And I rarely like to talk about it, although I don't mind talking about it because I know my story helps others, whether they been through this already in the past or, this is something coming for them in the future. And they would perhaps think about how I navigated the situation. I haven't been that open at navigating it, but I've been transparent enough, to inspire those or, to remind those that they are somebody as well, which is what we're talking about right now. Like, you could do it without that. You could do without that type of energy. And especially when it was packaged in that. It's like, oh, you'll get with a new guy and be like, he too nice. He didn't hit me. He don't smack me upside my head and tell me he's serious. He don't smack me on my ass really hard, to the point where, are you trying to hit me? Are you trying to spank me? Are you trying to whoop my ass? Okay. I don't like that shit. Okay. I don't like that shit. Okay. You gonna smack me? You can smack me way softer than that. You know that. Okay. There's a huge space in between how hard you smack a motherfucker if you're trying to smack their ass hard or you end up smacking their ass hard. It ain't just because you heavy-handed, okay? I can take a heavy-handed hit with fucking care, motherfucker. You better cuff that shit to break the impact of something. I don't know, but sorry. Sorry. Sorry if you don't think it was funny. I'm sorry. I thought it was funny. Yeah, I'm not gonna explain it. But yeah, so bitches be missing that shit. We don't miss it. Okay, we don't miss it. Okay, those who are really in the healing realm and they belong there, we don't miss it. So we need to kick these bitches out. Okay, especially the bitches, but the niggas be doing that too, especially in LGBTQ community. I'm like, oh yeah, you really are having an identity crisis. And I don't say that, because of your choice. Now you really were, you know what you are supposed to be. You know what you feel like. Okay, I'm acknowledging you. I'm validating you. All right, because some of this shit you putting up with, these bitches do too. But not everybody, yeah. So anyway, like we need more people who would express themselves and they're like, yeah, he's too nice, he not thug enough for me, he not rough enough for me, even in the bedroom, so that's one thing you need to walk away from. But when you got all the shit you don't need in the bedroom, you got a ton of bullshit. You produced a ton of bullshit, okay? From yourself, from him, he did. But I'm trying not to victim blame. Because like I said, like some people would turn inward on me. I'm expressing a concern about somebody who did something that was clearly wrong to me. It's not my fault. They decided in that moment. I wasn't supposed to be able to package them in a certain type of way, like a better words, like package them in a certain type of way and know they will make this particular decision at this time. Sometimes people act out of the norm. They are free to express themselves, right? But doesn't mean that I should have been able to predict every bad thing they would do. Especially if they were case-by-case situations, let's just say. And even if they did do it, it's none of my fault. Because if I were in their shoes, I probably would have made that decision. So it's never my fault. So I hate when motherfuckers say that. Oh, what kind of people you're around? Oh, this some type of person. I do not like that. And I'll put up to your ass until I don't need to no more. See, a thug persona is not needed. I don't even want this thug ass motherfucker, if that's what you want to call him. Because most of these thugs be punks anyway. Won't get in the fucking street and fucking fight with their fists. They go and grab a gun. Go and grab a weapon. If it's the same sex, you don't need no fucking weapon. Get out there and fight. Either you beat their ass or they beat your ass. Like Pop said in Friday. You win some, you lose one. Some. You just lost one. But you live to fight another day. See, because people always chalk it up and package it based on that mistake. It could be about forgiveness. But we need to forgive the right way. Because some motherfuckers don't deserve it, and we don't even need it to heal. We don't need it in this area, see? And I did a reading about that not too long ago that said you can release yourself, but forgiveness is not a requirement. Your heart will heal anyway. See, we're going to be in this field anyway, working on ourselves. Only time that shit matters is when you start looking back over there. Or you look over there in that field. Thinking about slaves working in the field as well. Some mistreatment is happening. But we over here focused over on ourselves. We're healing our hearts. So anything that was there and is not deserving of being over here, I didn't pack that shit. And then in this situation, she is presumably, I think, has not packed that shit and took it with her. She trying to go back and get the shit. The shit you pack is more important to you, right? It's probably more relevant to the situation and all that, without you even knowing. So why dip over there? What's over there? If it was necessary, it probably would have already been with you. You allowed yourself to even move in this space. This space allowed you to come in it because of what you had with you. Like when you go on a plane, you can only take certain amount of luggage, or you got to pay for it. All that type of shit. It's the same thing. I was so mad when I found out they now charging for carry-ons. Like, what the fuck? I haven't ridden the plane in a long time. I was so mad when I found that out. When I did find it out, like, I was so mad. Because that is just a way for people to even make money. Like, it's just like, it's with me. Like, I didn't purchase a ticket to bring something with me. Something. Besides the personal bag that I probably have to carry every day. I'm just getting in another vehicle. Why can't I bring a bag with me for free? Anyway, I'm sorry. Thank you for the first like. Bonus blessings to you. First like is bonus blessings over here. Okay, I've been getting a lot of bonus blessings lately. And I probably will do that today because I've been on here for 20 minutes and I just got to like, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I'm thankful though. I'm thankful. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time today. However long you choose to stay. Okay. If y'all new here, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in and trusting me to be your reader. I hope that you consider and decide to subscribe. Join this tribe, this kingdom of God we're building here through tarot. Yes, through tarot. And if you're OG, God and Goddess here or in the heavenly realm, what up? Okay. Thank you so much for tuning back in and trusting me to be your reader again. I hope that we continue to connect in the future and my content continues to be helpful for you, okay, down the line. A lot of prophecy energy here. So a lot of things that are being done today, whether it's on this video or, outside in your world today, after you get off this video, before, it's really setting the stage for something that's happening in the future. It's relevant. And you're going to take that shit in the future. Look at that. Love it. But yeah, so let's get I look at tarot as a truth. So I'm gonna start off with tarot, and then we're gonna get some advice to, help you more with this situation, especially if you're in the situation and not willing to be stuck in it. We got a lot of bitches in the healing area, in the healing room and shit, okay? Thinking it's the boom boom room, all right? Go your ass back over here, you not ready, okay? I don't know why the energy magnetized your ass over here, okay? We're going to figure out who did that shit, okay? Because I think about Adam and Lilith being, the original Adam and Eve. But, like if Eve was, in existence, she was that created person, and she she was the knockoff, basically. Thank you for the second like. Bonus blessings to you too. And I got 2 people up in here. 2 that's receiving energy. Okay, 2. Hey, what about you? We gonna get some shit. What about you? I'm gonna make up stuff for 2. But yeah, if y'all never heard the story, I think about, Lilith being in charge. She was that bitch, okay? And then somebody's name could be Alan, but Adam did something with Eve, and that caused, them to break the rules. They ate from that tree, okay? And not too long, I don't even know if I should mention it, but not too long ago, I did a reading that said God gave them access to every tree, even including the one that in the Garden of Eden, God didn't want them to touch, even that one. But now they will have access to none. God let them have their fun, get it all out their system. Now they'll have access to none. And I was just talking about that arena. So it definitely, if things like this resonated, especially so far, definitely check out that reading if you didn't already, or, we watch it to get more messages. All right. You will. All right. You will. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, like, so, Lilith comes out and be like, who created this bitch? Okay. Y'all didn't tell her the rules. Nobody owned up to it. First of all. Okay. Y'all didn't tell this bitch the rules. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, we follow rules around here. There's order. Okay. See, there's standards. There's requirements. Okay. There's structure here. All right. So since you don't believe, you need to follow those orders and that structure and act like you got some sense. You can get your ass out. I'm going to make you some clothes. I'm going to send you a basket with some fruit on it from the trees you should have been eating from anyway. Okay. But you got to go. You can't stay here. All right. You're a disruption in our area, in our arena. Adam, you knew better. So you get your ass on out there too. Okay? You get your ass on. You know better. All right? Somebody's mom could say that as well. But yeah, so we got the Ace of Wands with justice, okay? And the world, okay? That is some beautiful energy, y'all. This is so beautiful, okay? Father God, nothing's coming to town. Oh, yeah. Father God, nothing's coming to town. Father God, nothing's coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sake. I do. Ra-da-da-da. I do. Da-da-da-da. Father God, nothing's coming to town. Oh, yeah. Father God, nothing's coming to town. Father God, nothing's coming to town. Yeah, so he's on justice with Lady Isis Ma'at, a mother energy. I think I thought told me recently he's a youth energy, so that's probably why I'm getting a lot of kid energy as well, or child energy, children energy. And then on the world card we have Jeb and Nuts. Okay, there was the original Adam and Eve. Okay, so that's why y'all was pushing me to talk about. Yeah, so they was the original Adam and Eve, before, or Adam and Lilith. They weren't the ones that disobeyed, like that's what sets them apart. Like Amun-Ra, he's the original and official form of Jesus. When he was created, when he was thought of, when he was a manifestation, there was no need for a crucifixion because we followed rules and structure around here. Okay, they followed rules and instruction. Yeah, it was no destruction. All right, so Jesus was sent because there was a world set on fire. Okay, filled with destruction, filled with sin. Okay. And it was the norm. So that's when Jesus was sent. But during the time our original ancestors were created, no matter what color you are, you don't even have to believe that they were black. You don't have to believe it. Trust me. It's not necessary. Because somebody is even attaching, like thugness to blackness. Yeah, because a lot of, when my child was small, like, could barely even talk, people, would ask me, random people would ask me, some people who were close to me would, think that my baby was bad. But some random people on the street, especially black people, who would ask me that if he's bad, they would look at him in a certain way. And I thought it was the color of his skin sometimes, because that's what they associate as well. But it's because he had an intimidating aura. They were feeling energy that wasn't apparent because I don't see it. And I would always say no. And then I know how us as, or, guys or men as black men had to grow up, black boys had to grow up, so I don't even want to grow in that. I don't want my child to grow in that. I don't want to even manifest that for my child. And it offends me. It offends me because, those perceptions with people who just met him are dangerous. Emmett Till could be one of your angels as well, around you as well. The woman who accused him of what he accused him of died not too long ago. Yeah, so Jeb and Nut is on here, and then so when they were around, all they did was Jeb and Nut, because that's all they had to, that's all they could do, like, and then God was like, you know what, that's all fine and dandy, but can you multiply? All right, I want a little bit more of y'all, okay? I like y'all so much, I love y'all so much, all right? Can you bring me some more of these, all right, people? So somebody want to Gemini up in that thing. A Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio could be significant. A Libra, and any fire sign, especially a Leo, could be significant as well with this Ace of Wands coming out first, okay? See, all they want to probably is they showing me the word stabbe, like they want to pierce you, okay? Staff as well could be significant. Someone could be getting a job, a new beginning, initiation, and that's your justice, that's your karma. It's the end of a cycle, with the world here, but endings are also beginnings as well. So Scorpio is heavy in this energy, or they could be significant in this situation. Somebody could be getting a ticket to someone's name could be Gretchen or Ginger or something like that, someone with a G but a girl's name, okay? Gabriella, but it's like with the R in it, okay? Other guy Ra could be around you. Ra, okay? Ra, 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 like a dungeon dragon. Ra, ra, like a dungeon dragon. Ra, ra, like a dungeon dragon, like a dungeon dragon, like a dungeon dragon. Ra, ra, like a dungeon dragon. Ra, ra, like a dungeon dragon. Ra, ra, like a dungeon dragon, like a dungeon dragon, like a dungeon dragon. Da 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 da. She mad you take her spot. Something like that. Somebody took somebody's spot. Okay, that's probably what this promotion is stemming from or because of. Okay, as well. But that's Nicki Minaj and Eminem. I forget that he's in that song as well. Roman's Revenge. Ooh, somebody gonna get some revenge. Thank you for the third life bonus. Blessings to you too. Okay. So Father God thought, I look at him as he's one thought away and he don't play. And Newt is known as the seed that fruitifies the earth. It's like, something is going to be nourished in your life. Something is going to, like be covered in this protective coating. Okay. So this could be that person. This could be that person that most of the time you would turn away from, or you won't really pay attention to, or maybe not take them seriously and stuff like that, like we were talking about earlier. But they want to come and saturate your life with some, it's like coolant. It's giving me coolant energy. Like a car could be significant, need coolant or something like that. 5 of Cups, or they want to make up something they regret about not providing, because we had 2 cows here. The cow was also on the Ace of Wands, but it looks more like a bull as well, but they're a part of the calf family. Oh, Amon-Ra. I knew you were here. I felt you. All right. Yeah, and so on this 5 of Cups we have, there's a cow on someone's back, so somebody could feel regretful and remorseful of making you carry all the burdens, especially as it comes to provision, providing, and stuff like that, because cows are represented with providing and stuff like that, and then bulls or stuff are represented with abundance, so providing abundance, providing resources and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, and then I made a song about providing. God will provide. Go ahead, don't be shy. All you gotta do is try. Try, just ask, he'll provide. Okay, so that's my song. Okay, but yeah, some people are scared to ask God for some of these things, but God wants us to be happy. God wants us to be comfortable and stuff like that. And so we have the Hangman coming after the 5 of Cups, which is an interesting combination, because Amon-Ra, I look at this figure on here as Amon-Ra. He's holding up a staff. And didn't I just say staff? Yeah, he's holding up a staff and he's raising it, as if he's about to swing on somebody, and he has someone on their knees and he has them by their hair. Okay, like he about to beat their ass, was just beating their ass and stuff like that. Somebody is begging for mercy, all right, or will be begging for mercy. And I think it's so funny on this card because there's a parrot on top of, like these flowers or something, a vase with flowers and stuff, and he's like hovering over Amon-Ra's head, and he's handing Amon-Ra a stick. It looks like he handed Amon-Ra another stick, to be like, beat him with this too, get him with this too. Yeah, he deserve it. Like, so, even cheerleading, support. Yes, see, support energy is here. Okay, Seven of Swords in reverse. So, oh, that's good. Like, even you made things right with God. Kelsey, someone's name could be Kelsey, Chelsea, or something like that. Spade. Okay. Esmeralda. Okay, as well. Yeah, like you made things right with God, or you had this one-on-one conversation with God, or somebody will have this conversation where that's why they're getting beat up, or that's why they were getting beat up because they didn't have this conversation, or when they were approached about this conversation, they lied about it. So just take it as it resonates, especially if you were looking for answers. And then we got Judgment. Yeah, so somebody is in the fire. Okay, Gerald, as well. To see these G and R names as well. God is right. Okay. G-Rod, okay. Jera, yeah, Jera is a providing rune. And I look at that as like Jehovah Jireh, my provider, see? The Jera rune, and that deals with abundance, good things happening after much strife, working hard, manual labor, toil and labor and stuff like that. Somebody could be a tarot reader here. I was getting toil and labor card. Somebody's pulling cards. Somebody's pulling their own cards. Whether they're doing it right now, but they like to pull cards when I read. Well, thanks. So I'll be confirming. So, oh, thank you for the fourth like and writing down on me. Rain down on me. With the hearts. I like that. I like that right there. Okay, little Kim could be important. Someone's name could be Kimberly. I was also thinking about Kimberly Elise. Okay, someone's name could be Elise as well, or Lisa, or Lisa, it's your birthday. Oh, hey, I remember you. Rain down on me, rain down on me, okay. And then in this Judgment card, the mummy has gray hair, like, and I was talking about earlier how when Amon-Ra was around, he was the original official form of Jesus, but there was no need for a crucifixion. When Jesus was around, he was Jesus, and there was a need for crucifixion because there was destruction happening into the world. And then, so if you think about it, there was no more crucifixion after Jesus, okay? Everybody else was doing crucifixion of their own, but there was no more ordained crucifixion. No more crucifixion that resulted in resurrection. No more of that. That's why we still celebrate resurrection and not something else, right? No more of that. Because God was like, I'm not doing that no more. I did a reading about that not too long ago that God said they're not going to even be able to crucify Jesus this time. God is not wasting time proving that, okay? Because when God sent Jesus into the world, God was trying to prove that I am God, okay? I could overcome anything, okay? But I'm also pure, okay? I'm not doing all the shit that you doing. And I don't appreciate all the shit that y'all doing. So, in the act of cleansing you from your sins, I'm going to show you my magic, which is resurrection. And this Judgment card is illustrating resurrection. A mummy has this gray hair on, and it's like giving me, a mummy that wasn't ever supposed to be resurrected again. But God decided one more time to dust they're dusting something off, dusting the tomb off, dusting off something, even, somebody in their own life, like they could be dust in the attic or something like that, dust in general every day, but it's a lot of dust packed on there. Like, it's sacred. It's a sacred thing. But this time, it's not going to result in the same thing that this thing had to be retired from in resurrection and mummification and all this type of stuff. Yeah, somebody could be retired. Okay, Juicy. Okay, Juicy. Okay, someone's name could be Julio or something like that as well. And it's also giving me, energy where someone is initiated, but they're the apprentice. It's giving me like ring bearer energy, flower girl energy. Like, these children are little, but they carry a responsibility. They carry an important contribution to a situation as well, so the guy that's raising the mummy up, or, tending to the mummy, he could be a child as well. Someone also could have a golden child. Like, people have judged you because you have a golden child. That's what it is. That's why they don't like you and stuff like that. It don't have nothing to do with even what your child has done. The fact that you've been blessed with it, okay? But you gonna be like Mary. Yay, they would call me blessed, okay? Walk in that, okay? I always think about that, because that's what she said when she was notified that she would give birth to Jesus. And it's almost like I could feel her excitement and happiness and joy when she said they will all call me blessed. Like she had this big old smile and stuff like that, not in an arrogant way. She knew she was chosen, but she was excited about being chosen. She was excited about being that person, others see as being chosen. So essentially giving glory to God, giving glory to who gives the blessing as well. So remember who the source is, they want to say. So one name could be Stella, Ella as well. The star Aquarius energy in reverse. So see, somebody don't belong in the healing field, okay? Somebody don't belong around here. What you gonna do? It ain't nowhere to run. Judgment come from you. Judgment come for you. What you gonna do? It ain't nowhere to hide when judgment comes for you, because it's gonna come for you, okay? Yeah, so that's Bone Thugs and Harmony, Crossroads, okay? Yeah, see, Thugs. Thank you, sir. I love that. But yeah, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and, they sing, they sing and rap and stuff like that, so they tap into their sensitivity. But they're just a certain type of person as well. Yeah, so, hopefully that makes sense. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands comes back out. Oh no, I thought this was the Seven of Swords again. Because the Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Swords, they look the same. So yeah, so somebody's under judgment. This Aquarius lied. This Aquarius spread a lot of rumors about you. Talk real dirty on your name. Not too long ago, I did a reading about that. Once they spoke anything about your name, spoke anything about you in any manner, okay? Death came knocking. And that doesn't mean they got killed immediately or killed at all. The death to that self died, and there was a new journey they had to walk across. They had to carry their cross. They had to walk in the shadow of death, see? And fear evil. Once they spoke anything on your name, including good things, because they could easily say that to you, especially if they have an option to say that to you instead. Because what would happen is, and this is why God gets petty about these type of things. Well, what happened is you're talking good about, like I was just saying about the children, a golden child, like somebody just not liking you because you were able to be blessed with that golden child. Like someone will be talking about you in a good manner, and someone in that vicinity or even in that conversation, the main person in that conversation would get mad at how much you're loved or how much this person loves you. Why you're able to give them this type of love or give them type and not me even. So that's why it's important to not speak so much about other people when they're not in a room, unless you've been called to, unless it's necessary. Gossip in a certain conversation could be kept to yourself if that person is not present. I'm not saying if you're there, but behind, that's what it was. It's behind your back, because that's important. You don't got to hide. You should express yourself. See, it's going back to that. You should express yourself, or people should express themselves, but express it to the right people, because the right people ain't going to mishandle their information unless they're unhealed. And therefore, God showed you something there. And death is going to come for them just for that. We're not wishing death to come. It's a natural thing. I did a reading about that. Karma, not too long ago, karma is natural, okay? Good ones don't have to resort to witchcraft, because God gonna handle it, okay? Bitch, you got me fucked up. Who the fuck you talking to? Oh, bitch, you choked up. You lucky I don't want to fight you. I'ma let God get you. I ain't breaking no nails, boo. Ever heard of Jesus? Yeah, that's a cool dude. He ain't always like that. Yeah, you better back or get smacked or slapped or slammed down flat or all the way fucked up. Sometimes I feel the same. Yeah, you know my name. Don't get boxed up and end up looking like a frame all over some punk ass fame. Yeah, I'll never be the same. Yeah, Jesus don't play about me. You know he told me he'll never leave, so believe it or not. You don't wanna get shot. Cause when you fuck with me and get a little shady, you might as well have fuck with a baby. All the way fucked up. All the way fucked up. Ooh, all the way fucked up. Fucked up. Fucked up. All the way fucked up. All the way fucked up. Ooh, all the way fucked up. Fucked up. Fucked up. Don't let it be my baby or even my old lady. Jesus is that dude. He'll really act a fool. I ain't gonna tell you again, back before you hear. Clack, clack. They ain't teach you about space. You must really want a case. You may catch one and beat it. You may get one and bet it. But either way it go, you ain't gonna live to tell it. Something really wrong with you and you really just don't get it. I could play a game or two, but when it's bored, I quit it. Go ahead, just forget it. Like I said before, I give it to God and I meant it. All the way, all the way, all the way. Fucked up, you fucked up. You fucked up. You got me all the way, all the way. All the way fucked up, you fucked up, you fucked up. That's my song, all the way fucked up, okay? But yeah, so I was just singing that because I in that song, the premise of that song was to give to God. You know, like I've done all of it, you know, like I've shown you who God created me to be. So now I give it to God, okay? And I'm not in charge of what's happened, okay? Believe it or not. You don't want to get shot, okay? I'm not saying I'm going to shoot you. God will fucking orchestrate a fucking situation where you're going to get shot. You may not die. But see, that's the valley of death, okay? King David could be around. I think is that 91? Psalms 91. I walk through the shadow of death and valley of death, I don't fear no evil. Or is that Psalm 23? It's Psalm 91 or 23, I think. But yeah, because God is with me, because I know God is with me, all right? We give it all to God, all right? We utilize and apply what God has taught us or created us to be. But after a while, when that's all exhausted, big daddy bear, mommy bear, however you look at God, got to step in, okay? Yeah, so yeah, and especially with the Seven of Wands coming out with the Ace of Swords, yeah, somebody really lied on you and it really lied on someone and it tore up their reputation. Even, you know, like somebody was presumptuous about maybe someone being a thug, you know, like and stuff like that, you know, and that resulted in someone's death. And someone's dad could have killed a guy because he was in the streets. He wouldn't leave the streets. Ooh, the moon in reverse. And they could have died overnight in their sleep. Somebody could have died overnight in their sleep as well. Not too long ago. A Cancer, but any sign because the moon rules all signs. Hi, moon. Daenerys, okay. From that show, Game of Thrones. Daenerys, right? I think that's her name. And then we got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. He could have been a musician, a lead singer in a band with background singers, or someone could have been a background singer or something like that. Or that's coming for someone. Four of Pentacles, yeah, that stability is coming with the Justice. And then Temperance came out. I was getting that energy. And my eye is on this Temperance card as well as the World card, which has, you know, Jeb and Nut encircling my eye. As she has the feather on her head, the purity in the child as well. You know, even having a clean slate, start with your children, you know, whether they're adults or, you know, actual children, you know, as well. Mascot as well. Someone's like a mascot or they're saying that, or someone's mascot died as well, or master. Okay, so when you call him master, this person was just jealous of you. We got Five of Wands, especially a man, two men, or fighting on this card. So men were jealous of you as well. And then we got 10 of Pentacles. They were jealous of, like where you come from, your legacy, your family, your reputation, whether you built it on your own or it was given to you. Some of you guys could be trust fund babies, or that inheritance is coming for you. Gaia, earth sign could be giving it to you as well. Mother Gigi, Gaia energy is here. Someone also, like try to take from that tree, try to pose as you, this destiny swap information could be significant as well. King of Pentacles, comes out after the 10 of Pentacles. So this man could be a earth sign who was heavily jealous of you and stuff like that, but they saw you as an angel. It was like a conflicted view of you, but you were just being who God created you to be. And see, they would just take that and ball it up in the wrong way. Then we got Page of Swords. This person somebody was watching you with an evil eye. It could have been a friend. We got Five of Swords upright here. And I think about the Five of Swords of like you finding out something about a friend, especially a friend you were the sole provider of, main character in their life as well, and you get mad and take all your shit back and shit like that. And this person, there's also a dark-skinned man on his knees here, like it was on the Hangman. So a dark-skinned man is very important. A dark-skinned man with short hair, short haircut as well could be significant. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so a teenage child could look like this as well, or this child is going through understanding like friend relationships and stuff like that. So this type of information is very important for them. Maybe they were even tempted to go out to actually pursue the life of a thug, a gangster, a G, be on the streets, do what drug dealers do. And like, not all thugs are drug dealers. That's why I'm listing these different type of people, like the lifestyle, just the lifestyle is under that same umbrella. Tukey Williams, Stanley Tukey Williams could be one of your angels. Those names, initials could be important as well. All right. Yeah. Tukey. Okay. They brought me back to Took. They took them. Okay. Three of Wands. They gave them something on a platter. A man. Yeah. See, this man was very, like genuine. There was a genuine connection between these two men, and something happened. But like this person is gonna be replaced with someone else, and you just remember not to go back to that area of the toxic things that you liked about that person. Don't eat from that garden. Don't eat from that tree. Okay. And then we have the Two of Wands. This someone could be on crutches as well on this card. He looks like he's on crutches to me. Or someone got into an accident. Someone got set up. I was getting as well. Two of Wands energy. There was a plan that's planned, strategic energy. Set up to travel, to go somewhere. Someone was out of town as well. 10 of Cups. They weren't with their family. Someone has another family on the other side. They were out of town spending it with someone else, or taking time out, or this couple travels. And on this card, I thought this was his legs. Okay, it's a man and a woman, and it looked like the stool he's sitting on, it was his legs. And his the stool looks like amputated legs, like someone has to walk on stalks on both feet or something like that. The Olympics could be significant. I'm on the Two of Wands. These pictures look like medals or something like that. A red or a blue or a green medal could be significant. I wasn't trying to say green, but could be significant as well. Trophies, winning things, awards as well. The High Priestess, okay, in reverse. Oh, okay. So someone is having problems with their legs because someone was doing black magic or bad work on them. It could be a Pisces as well. There was a situation that kind of relates to this topic as well. I was speaking with a Pisces, and she was we were all speaking to another person in the group, right? And they ended up talking about her situation. And because I was already in the conversation, I like as they were saying it, like the conversation they were having, it was perpetuating the cycle that she was saying she don't want to be in anymore. And so I even said, I'm like, like what I was hearing her say, I was like, it sounds like you don't deserve that. I was like, you don't deserve that. And she was like, and then the guy was saying things that more so resonated or more so were familiar to her. because this is the situation she's trying to get out of. And then spirit kept whispering to me like, the blind is leading the blind, the blind is leading the blind. I wasn't trying to take it personal, because when I say something to you, I'm genuinely, even trying to think about being on your side, And I was talking about a similar situation about another story earlier, another friend earlier. But well, this person wasn't my friend. It's not my friend, okay? Yeah, and then so I'm jumping in on her side and saying like, you don't deserve that. She was like, and then she like kind of dismissed me and says, I don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear that. I don't deserve that. I need to hear what he's saying. And the things he was saying, like all due respect, he was saying things that would perpetuate that cycle. And it could be due to his own experiences. And he was an older gentleman, and he was older than the both of us, let's just say. He looked like he could be both of our dads or something. I don't know. But either way it go, he was older than both of us, and I was even mentioning stuff like that earlier, like where people just assume that they could be in certain positions or do certain things because they're older as well. But, the fact that you're older and still acting like this or in this type of realm of action, says a lot about you. It could tell a person a lot about you as well if they took heed and not offense. See, she pointed that fire at me, and I was on her side. But she likes this. She wants to continue to dip in that pot. She wants people to feed her more of the information that supports the decision to stay in that arena, but claim to want to be in the healing arena. And I didn't take offense to it. I thought it was rude. I thought it was disrespectful for you to even say something like that to me and say it in that manner. But I just kept quiet. I didn't even approach her about it until later. Or it came out. And when I got to explain my perspective, she apologized to me because she didn't even get to hear that that's what I was trying to tell her. She needed to hear that, but she was pushing me away and saying, I need to hear this. I don't need to hear what you're saying. She literally said that to me. And I'm not all, and I don't like to force people to think or believe or even hear what I say. Like, I don't even like to tell people shit because stuff like that. I now had to step in the field of fire to get hurt by you. And I was supposed to be stepping in the field of fire just to save you. We're a natural born saver. Sometimes we save people without even knowing it. That's what I call it sometimes. But, I didn't even have to do that. Sometimes that's why I don't talk sometimes. Because I don't have to step in that field because there's a possibility that you're going to hurt me too. Yesterday, I did a reading about God is tired of people being on the team and not realizing it because it leads them to do shit like that. Not knowing you fucking hurting your team player, that loved one, that person you should care about and respect. If you're not talking for them on the behalf of them, you should treat them with care. Show them love, grace. Don't attack them when they're trying to fight on your behalf. The fuck? And then, so if I was a person who was all in my ego, I'm not even trying to say I'm better, than her or anything like that. But if I was a person all in my ego right then and there, as I was attempted to, because I even said once we did talk about it, I told her that I used to be a person, because she even said, like, she commented on the fact that how I took it. She's like, how do you, I forgot what question she asked, but like how, she asked a question as, like I took it and then didn't react like this, but I can't remember. Or I said something and she's like, well, I'm not as strong as you. or something like that. But she also asked something as well, you know, like she asked something and I can't remember. It was also speaking to my character. But, you know, like I did share with her. I used to be the person who would, you know, react at that moment because people would, you know, lie about things and stuff like that. But I would react first and then ask questions later. I will be open to talking about it later, but I will react first because sometimes I have to show motherfuckers my gangster. Why I gotta show motherfuckers my gangster? And then even when I'm saying that, she's like, yeah, see, that's just so much energy. No. Y'all already swung on me. You already swung on me. That's not so, like, well, it's true that it's so much energy and that's why I am the way I am now. But I've learned how to even tame it in that. And then so I'm sharing with you, I'm like, if you would have done that to me in the past, you know, I wouldn't like swing on you physically, but I would swing back with my words in that conversation. And then whatever conversation you was having with old dude, it would have been over. All right. We focus on this now. But even though I felt the disrespect, I felt the mistreatment, whatever I can acknowledge it as or whatever it is, I knew something was wrong in that energy. And as much as it hurt, I did not react. I even sat there in that vicinity because I was already sitting there. They joined me. Might I add? I sat there and let them have their conversation after being swung on in whatever capacity that you look at it as. So yeah, so I'm a move on. All right. Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah, somebody is a chosen one energy, or they have not been chosen to do tarot or do any type of divination practices for the public. They need to do that shit for themselves. Okay. Worry about yourselves, okay? He don't buy me nothing. No, no. I am tired of your shit. You never buy me nothing. No, no. Yeah, that's a fact. I know you better call Tyrone. Call him and tell him come on and come on, come on, come on. You better call Tyrone. Call him, but you can't use my phone. Okay. Erykah Badu. Okay, I don't even know what them words are. But I used to listen to that so much when I was younger, okay? Or that song used to come on so much when I was younger. But when I think about that song or the situation I'm thinking about is like somebody's not minding their own, okay? Mind your own. Is that what the remix was? Yeah, like somebody's not minding their own. But even she's saying like, you better call Tyrone. It's your responsibility to call Tyrone, okay? It's your responsibility to act right. Go heal, make the decision to heal. Go approach this person. Go apologize, whatever, okay? You got to do that, all right? And you can't use my resource to do it, okay? Because I probably gave you access to all my resources to do it in the first place. So now you can't. Okay? Thanks. Spirit thanks me. Okay. I bring you flowers every day just to roll you in the head. When I'm feeling fine, I'm right on time. I know I'll get my way. Hey, you're just what I need. You're just what I need. Not everything works as it seems, so it's hard to believe. You're just what I need. You're just what I need. Not everything works as you see. That's so hard to believe. Yeah, dun, 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 yeah, dun, dun. So I went down to the record store pick my head up off the floor. The truth is only you I see, and you're just what I need. If it's my words that you fear, I'm gonna make it very clear. Well, I'm feeling fine, I'm right on time, I know I'll get my way. You're just what I need, you're just what I need. You're just what I need. You're just what I need. Not everything works as it seems. It's so hard to believe. Yeah, dun, dun, yeah, dun, dun, yeah, dun, dun, yeah. You got me feeling those butterflies inside. In your locker I would hide. The truth, it's only you I see, and you're just what I need. You make me flowers every day just to roll you in the head. Well, I'm feeling fine, I'm right on time, I know I'll get my way. And you're just what I need, and you're just what I need. Not everything works as it seems. It's so hard to believe. And you're just what I need. And you're just what I need. Not everything works as it seems. That's so hard to believe. Yeah. Dun, 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 yeah. Dun, dun, dun. You gonna make me sing it over? Rufus King, Just What I Need, is also on the Bring It On soundtrack, or it should be as well, or that Bring It On movie. Okay. um when I first heard that song, like I really liked it, when I first watched that movie and I heard that song, he actually performed it, with his guitar, and I liked it, and then they the cheerleader team, they put a piece of his song in there as well. He was rocking out. Okay, so somebody really likes this. This man really likes that song. Okay, Rufus King, Just What I Need. Okay, and I feel like I see a lot of kids dancing or something as well. They could be at a party, or that's coming up for somebody soon. They jumping. That's so cute. Just to roll you in the head. I love it. Okay. So somebody want to bring you flowers every day. I love it. Okay. I love it when you do that. Rihanna. Okay. See that Aquarius. Okay. What you do, Rihanna? Okay. Rihanna. All right. What you doing? Okay. What you doing? Okay. Tyrese, Lately in Reverse. Okay. So somebody didn't tell you they love you. Okay. You didn't know what it done for me. What movie is that? A movie or a show? Latoya Luckett, she was playing in this movie or show, and I was watching a clip from it, and she had sat outside all day. She had sat outside all night or something like that, and her husband thought, I don't know, whoever she's living with, her husband thought like she was in the guest room. She slept in the guest room or something like that. So that's coming for somebody. Okay, I've been getting this house energy. They've been showing us pictures of the house. Okay, so somebody gonna have a guest room. Okay, no room's a guest room. Starting left, front, and bottom. Now we're here. Okay, but yeah, he thought she was in the guest room. Which there's responsibilities that should have been on that too. Okay. So she in the guest room, all right? So you ain't gonna go check on her? You ain't gonna go, you not concerned about her? You ain't gonna see what's wrong, all right? She probably got a thug. I don't even know the show or shit, okay? Anyway, he thought she was in the guest room and didn't know she wasn't in the guest room. I see if he went to the guest room and he saw her sleeping at one point in time in the night. Nah. And then if you are going to approach them about be concerned about what's bothering them, be genuinely concerned. Don't be looking for ways that they wrong too. Okay, anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, so, you know, he thought she was in the guest room, and that's why I said I'm gonna leave that where that's supposed to be in. All right, but you know, like, and then so she just quiet the whole time, and then she just spurts out. I don't know if that's how the scene goes, but you know, or they clipped it or something. But she's like, "You didn't open the door for me." So she sat in the car all night because he didn't come around to open the door for her. Okay, so this could also be a message as well, like people aren't giving you the same treatment they got to get you in the first place. Okay, that shit don't never supposed to stop. Okay, if that's who you are, that's who you are. Okay, this is what I'm looking for, or not, but let me see it and continue to see it. Consistency. Thugs don't be consistent, okay? They consistently rude sometimes, all right? Shout out to y'all. However long y'all choose to stay, I appreciate y'all time today. All right, thank y'all so much for tuning in. But yeah, so that's what I was talking about. I was joking about that, you know, like, you know, for me, like, and then it's like, even that, you know, you could put something on her, because I'm tempted to, you know, I'm teasing her about it because, like, it's kind of legitimate. Like, she's probably used to fucking him open the door. So she was doing a protest. She was trying to make a point. See? I'm not even attacking her. I'm respecting her as well. I'm trying to even create excuses for her. I'm so supportive of her. I love her so much, all right? In essence, you know? But I do like LaToya Luckett, but I don't know what her name was. Is it like, I don't know. Anyway. Is that the All Queens Men show? I don't know, but anyway. You know, like, I'm more so focused on the person who has the problem and not trying to attack the person who has the problem, and let the motherfucker who is creating the problem or is the product of the, product of the problem get away scot-free, or we disregard that. And I don't know what happened after the scene. I don't know if he got mad that she did that. And that shows you more about who he is. Because he should take you with, is a word that I'm looking for. He should take that as a compassion way, but that's not the word. He should take it with compassion. He should take that with love. Oh, I did not realize. I didn't even know. Maybe he didn't know he forgot to open the door. It slipped his mind, right? So that's why I didn't even really want to get into how he was wrong per se, because I don't have enough clues or information about to make a decision on that. Is that a Tyler Perry show? Okay. Tyler Perry could be significant. A lot of his stuff comes out in my reading. Some of them could be Tyler or Perry, first, middle, last name, or nickname. Okay. Start with those letters or initials. But yeah, so, you know, like, even that, like, I don't know what happened after this scene. It cut out because somebody was actually laughing about why it was like they cut into a group on the Breakfast Club, like, of a group of men laughing at, because that's what she was mad about. She stayed outside all night, or, you know, whatever, however long she stayed outside, because he didn't open the door. See, and they belittled her shit. And it was a whole bunch of black men laughing, dying laughing. But, you know, like, that wasn't for that situation. They just clipped into that clip because somebody felt like that's what it deserved. But somebody feels like they belittled someone's feelings. Her feelings shouldn't be belittled because, you know, like I said, I mentioned many things about it. But also, with love for both of you guys, from both of you guys, that's how you address it. She started crying when she said it. And so there's no hurt there. She's not attacking you because you did that, or, yeah, the fact is you did that, all right? Whatever your reasoning or rationale behind it is different. But, you know, like, we're focused on the facts. And she started crying from it. So she's not trying to hurt you. She's crying because it hurt her feelings. She's hurt, okay? And so we're going to tend to her wounds. scratching my head. And so I don't know what happened after that. I hope he took it with love. Like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but like, I hope he embraced her, and not just as a hug, but like, embraced her feelings and really cupped his heart in her hands for that. If it was a misunderstanding, whatever it was, like, whether he was at fault, like, he was trying to prove his own point. I don't know, like, but whatever it is, it should be handled with love, because she expressed her feelings. She didn't need to be arrogant. She didn't need to be angry at it. As she's expressing it, she didn't need to express it with venom and all that type of stuff. She expressed her feelings, and that's what we want. But her actions were blunt as hell, and she had every right to be. Like, her actions, like, whatever she was trying to accomplish, it was blunt. It was loud. But that wasn't disrespect. It was just how she handled the situation. You need people like that in your life, or like, whether it's a man or a woman, but like, those type of instances, they need to be packaged in that type of shit. All right. But yeah, so let's get some advice. And I'm about to go. Listen to the song of the birds. Okay, go out in nature and listen to the birds. Actually hear what the birds are saying, how the birds are reacting, or the noise you hear from the birds when you say something. Sometimes that happens in my readings. Like, I'll say a certain thing and then a bird will call, because they probably are listening. The Blue Avian star system, you could be a part of that. They could be very close to you. I believe that's the biggest star system. They be everywhere. Okay, birds be everywhere. All right. Any type of bird too. Okay, go into nature. Yeah, get your ass outside. Okay. Have a cup of tea. Okay, or even get some more information about it as well. It's two women on here. Or ask somebody about something, confront somebody about it. Yes, express yourself. Plant a seed. Okay, also, even like, maybe suddenly hit to someone that you want to speak, and don't spill all the situation out at that moment in time, but like, let them know you want to speak, but also about what you want to talk about as well, so that, they won't be worried about it for no reason if they do have to worry about it. Okay. Talk to Mother Earth, especially your mother. Okay. And if she's an earth sign as well, you need to talk to your mom. Stand barefoot on the earth. Yeah, they want to get you be in the house all the time or something. Somebody be in the house all the time. Stand barefoot on the earth, or like, and even two women are on here as well. And it's giving me a turtle shell. So like, even being in a moment is giving me as well, because standing barefoot on the earth is a form of grounding. Like, being in the moment, slowing down, not everything is go, go, go as well. Some of us think about always going. Okay. Honor your emotions. Express yourself. There it goes. Okay. See, honor your emotions. Okay. We could be, see, thank y'all for, like, we agree. Okay. That's why I wanted to use this deck particularly for this reading. I was just going to use this deck and nothing else, but I'm glad I used everything else. But yeah, so honor your emotions. Like, I love that. Make a feast in reverse. Somebody, you could probably even talk to someone over a feast, or be mindful of the environment. And remember, I was just saying that, like, don't say too much in the actual moment, but wait, like, give them a preview, or give them reassurance, or settlement of what you want to talk about later on, so that they won't be worried about it until you talk about it, as well. But also, be mindful of where that is. How some people want to have difficult conversations, so they take them to, like, fancy restaurants or fancy places that people won't be so tempted to react in such an expressive way, or aggressive way, if they do end up acting that way. All right. So that could be significant about someone. Okay. Someone could also be finding out that their spouse is gay, especially a man's spouse is gay. I was thinking about that show Grace and Frankie, which is about, essentially these two lawyer men were working together, and They fell in love with each other, but they kept their wives all, like, after 20 years. They raised kids with their own families as well, and their families grew up together. And then they ended up leaving their wives eventually, while they were way old too, like way past the time that they already raised their kids and stuff like that. But like enough to enjoy the rest of their lives together. And is reminding me of that, because when they first told their spouse, or at least one guy who told his spouse, he took her to a fancy restaurant. And then I think she even pointed that out. She's like, you brought me here so I won't make a scene. Yeah. She said, you brought me here. You brought me to this particular restaurant so I won't make a scene, or something like that. So that could be coming for somebody, or that is important for somebody to consider. Okay. I keep on seeing metals. Okay. Like something that looks like a metal, or it looks like a fish, that thing. Also, it looks like that cancer, that pink cancer symbol as well. So somebody could be a cancer survivor, or battling cancer, or something like that. Feel your pulse. Okay. Yeah. See, that's giving me like that slow down energy that I was talking about earlier. Slow and steady wins the race. Hidden body knows. My son, when he was younger, he used to always play that song, and then he act like he's like running around slow, like running around somewhere slow, but he's like has this posture of running, as well. I love you so much, baby. Hi, baby. Sometimes he tunes into my reading when he's asleep, or he tunes into my reading energetically, and he reminds me sometimes of my readings. Okay. When he's able to. That's crazy. Say a prayer of thanks. This is also giving me praise him in advance energy. Praise him in advance. You're gonna be getting something of thankfulness, but also in these situations and encounters you have with people, or this is something that's really good for you, or wanting to be good, you want it to be good for you. Keep in mind of saying thank you all the time, and even for the smallest things. And I was talking about that short, where like it's honestly, it's not that small, but it's small in comparison to her actions that she took as well. Honestly, like unless something else was going on, I probably wouldn't have stayed in my car all night because he didn't open the door. I would have probably even eventually called him and brought this situation up to him, whether I had to cry or not, or was gonna cry or not. I probably would have called him, be like, yeah, you haven't noticed I'm gone, like you didn't notice I'm gone, like forgot all about me. I don't matter to you anymore. But I would have called, like, or like to put it in the bug in his ear to let him know, like, I'm still sitting outside for a reason. I'm making a point. Whatever it was, I don't even know enough context about it, but it seemed like she was making a point. But, like, I wouldn't have stayed all night, because of that one thing. But even the smallest things, even him doing that all the time, so much that she got used to it, thought it was, the norm for her, like, how many times does she say thank you? Does she always say thank you and stuff like that? So even for the smallest things that you expect maybe from people, or like, or they do it, you expect, so now you expect it, you kind of get to expect it. I say that about my child too, like, because he hasn't, like, I shielded him from so much struggle, he expects me to be able to deliver on everything, because I've been able to deliver on everything he asked for. Like, there's only basically sometimes just to keep things into perspective for him, so that he doesn't become entitled. But he was starting to become entitled, in that manner, because I've shielded him from so much hurt we've been through as a unit, but it's kind of expected in that situation, and it kind of tells me something good about it, like good about me, and I'm trying not to be toxic about it, but it tells me something good about me. It's like, I've done such a great job, like, he expects and trusts me to do that thing. And he has his manners. He says thank you and stuff like that. Even for the smallest things, even the things that I'm supposed to do for him, he thanks me. Like, that little appreciation goes a long way for some people. That's their love language. Ain't that, it's like words of gratitude or something like that. Move your body. Move your body into beat into the night and oh, move your body, move your feet into the night and oh, don't stop, don't stop the beat, don't stop, don't stop the beat, don't stop, can't stop, don't stop the beat, go. That's junior, senior. Okay, so one could be a junior or senior in high school, college, or in school in general, or a junior, senior by name as well. Move your feet. Okay, yeah, like so keeping in mind grounding. Like grounding, and they said feel the grass or something like what did they say? Feel the ground or barefoot. Walk barefoot on the ground. Something about your foot. They're doing as well. Wrap yourself in a handmade quilt as well. Someone's daughter could want to do crafts with them as well, and someone is probably even blocking their daughter out of like being their friend. But you should be lucky your kid wants to be your friend, first of all. Okay. But like you should be lucky they want to be your friend opposed to being out there doing things that could get them in trouble, whether they're a girl or not. you know some of us are, or some people are in the predicaments they're in, especially when it comes to addictions and toxic behaviors, and stuff, because they were hanging around the group that was allowed to peer pressure them, and they allowed them to do that. Just to look as part of the group is like to put on that same uniform as well. So if your child is approaching you to be your friend, like to just focus on them a little more maybe, or just focus on them in general, you should welcome that, because it could also even be God sending them to your life. Like, I don't want you hanging around with them, I want you hanging around with your child. Or I don't want your child hanging around with them, I want them hanging around with you. You set a good example for your child. You're doing a good job with your child. Stand barefoot on the earth came back out. All right, so I'm gonna leave it here. Drink water. Okay, so even water is connecting to the divine feminine energy in you. Like that water will put out the fire. Like put out the fire, and then smoke is left, which is the communication. Like the anger could be fire, but it don't have to be. It could be the passion in whatever somebody's saying or doing or something like that. Some people are probably habitually doing certain things because it's their passion. They keep being called to it. But sometimes people are with people who are passionate about a certain thing, and then they get jealous because they think that that person loves that thing more than them. But like the best way to support that is to support that. Like the best way to not even feel those feelings anymore is to support that, to see how you could get involved in that. If you feel like that person, that thing, or that person is getting more attention or passion than you are, just figure out ways to be able to be involved in that. And that's come through something that you have to communicate or bring up as well. Like state as your concern, and if that person is healed, they would treat you as someone who has a concern and who's hurt, and they care about being better or being healed and not being hurt and stuff like that. So hopefully that made sense. But a water sign could also be important as well. Okay, especially a woman. Listen with your heart, not just with your ears. I'm supposed to go. I'm about to go. I'm about to go. There it goes right there. Thank you. Thank you for confirming that to me. A man and a woman. Yeah. So, oh, wow. Yeah. And I was thinking more about romantic, connections that are, heterosexual, especially, but it don't have to be. It's just, I was thinking about more of that. Something about, someone could be sick, like, some of these figures looking like, if you looked at germs under a microscope, or when they show germs on like a cartoon or something, it looks like some of those things as well. Germs are getting a cold, being surrounded around certain people who are always sick, or you get sick around these certain people, and that is telling you something within itself as well. Someone could be dealing with issue of blood as well, like something about your blood cells. Someone could also have sickle cell as well. Someone's name could start with the M as well. Ends with the E. Speak your truth in reverse, okay? So sometimes it's going to be times where you have to be quiet and just listen, like, and don't take offense, like use that time that you're quiet to simmer down those emotions, okay? Get a drink of water at that time, when you're having this conversation. Drink some water, occupy yourself, but continue to listen, because sometimes when that information comes out, it puts out the fire itself naturally, okay? Dirt also puts out fire, okay? Being calm, being patient. Yeah, Father God Rise here. She looked like she's like spreading her wings like an eagle or something like that. It looks like an eagle, but it could be any bird, especially like a bird with a beak that protrudes out, okay? You can also have a protruding nose, okay? Or someone has insecurities about that. Okay, yeah, so a lot of these are coming out again. Mermaids could be close to you. I look at mermaids as water fairies, and then earth fairies as earth fairies, but earth mermaids as well, because mermaids and fairies have a similar energy. Make a sacred space. I was talking about sacredness earlier. Being sacred, okay? Yeah, this move your body keeps on coming out. And then it's a group of people holding hands in a circle as well. So is that why they're trying to push that out? And then it's two beings at the top watching as well. Twins could be significant, twin girls, a group coming together. And I'm trying to keep it positive, but even if I get into the negativity, I'm getting into the negativity because I'm trying to focus on the healing aspect of it, I guess. Yeah. I'm not trying to even, get nasty, but, yeah, people are doing crazy shit, okay? I wasn't able to even remember the title of this reading yesterday. I did 2 readings yesterday, and now I'm able to remember it. And I thought that was a indicator that Spirit didn't want me to release that video to the public, unless you watched it already. But but I'm guessing it's now, because it's like that's what they want us to do. They want us to hide all our plans. They want us to hide all of our guidance. During ancient Commission days, which was what Egypt is now, it was called ancient Kemet. And we will have lectures, and outsiders will sneak into our lectures. But they were sneaking in. They will wait till the lecture was already started, so nobody would kind of notice them because they're so focused on the lecture. But they will sneak into our stuff because they want our information. So definitely check that out, because I'm going to release it. All right. Create a sacred fire. Woo! Look at that. Okay. Even the fire signs are very important, especially Leo. Feel me. I want to feel the fire. Something that you told me stayed in my head all night long. You said you needed me to love you. Simply reach out and touch me. 'Cause my love is in your hands. Feel me. I don't know the song that well. I just like it a lot. Okay. But yeah, so somebody wants you to feel the fire. Okay. See, feel that passion. Even creating fire, working with fire a bit more. Lighting candles for me, it's like a call. You're making a call to spirit as well. Well, like if you do it so much, you don't even need that as well. So somebody could just be starting on their spiritual journey, realizing, they more so resonate with spirituality than religion. Someone was probably even feeling bad that they don't resonate with religion. and they think they're a demon, but they've now found spirituality. So welcome. If you are new here, welcome. I appreciate your time today, and I hope that you consider and decide to subscribe and join this tribe, this kingdom of God. We're building here through tarot. Yes, through tarot. And thank you so much for trusting me to be your reader. There's so many other people out there, and God brought us across each other's path. So I appreciate you being here, and I hope that my messages prove helpful for you now and in the future. Okay? Quest for a new vision. Wow, somebody is starting a spiritual journey. This is in my hand while I was saying it the whole time. I'm about to go. I love it. Okay. I love it. Oh, I picked up the musical deck, and we had Tyrese lately in reverse. So somebody did not say that. So that's why I started talking about the LaToya Luckett thing. Oh, okay. And LaToya Luckett used to be in the singer group Destiny's Child. Okay. And I look at Destiny Child not only as a group, being a child of Destiny, like taking that to heart, like not to just name someone, give someone a title, taking that to heart. Like we're talking about thugs today, like all thugs are not bad, thugs need love too, but not just taking the title of a thug, but actually being that thug, or the good things that a thug should be, in order to not suppress themselves, especially a man, themselves of who they actually are and God created them to be. Okay. But they need to do it in a way of love. Okay. No matter what, just do love. Okay. Lately, have I told you I love you? Lately, have I told you you still mean the world to me? Have I told you I loved you? Oh, I'll be your wishing well. Tell me what you want. Don't my love. And only you. And this love, babe, I'm feeling. And I hope that you are feeling the same way. And don't look out, I know that. And I need you by my side. I don't know how it goes. I'm trying to make it up, okay? You mean so much to me in so many ways. Layla, have I told you I loved you? Layla, have I told you you still mean the world to me? Have I told you I love you? I'll be your wishing well. Tell me what you want. I'm trying hard to give. Guess I forgot, but you know how I feel. Things slip my mind, baby. That's a fact. Tell me you love me, and I'll tell you. Lee. Oh, lately, baby. Oh, I love you, man. I love you, man. I love you, man. I love you. Hold me close to you. Never let me go. Oh, how I told you you still mean the world to me. Have I told you I love you? I'll be always sure. Tell me what you want. Never let me go. Have I told you I loved you? When this song come out, somebody is really singing that. Like, all I want is you. Now, all I want is you now. All I want is you now. You saw what's out there, okay? That's my J. Cole and Miguel, okay? All I want is you. He was like, I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I can be the perfect partner, but I come back to the water. No matter how hard I try. Every path I take, every path I check, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be. You see that line where the sky meets the sea? It calls me. But no one knows how far I'll go. For real. Somebody a gangster niggas wave your hand. Look, I was just singing Moana, okay? Moana, or from Moana by Ali. I think that's her name. Ali. I love her name. Okay. I like your name. Wow. I like your name. Wow. Coco Melon. Go see all these cartoons and stuff. But yeah. What was I thinking? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so hope this message blessed y'all. Y'all enjoyed it. I'm not gonna do no more musical messages. Okay, my place. Okay, Nelly and Jaheem. Somebody wants you to come over to their place. Come in the house, okay? Or call their ass and be like, hey, can you come open the door? Okay, I thought you would go over the door. You forgot about it. Yeah, okay. Say it in a nice way, okay? You can say it with your chest still, okay? You can still be a thug, okay? You can still be blunt. You can still have, like attitude, your own flavor on it, okay? But like understand, like, or try to enter with the understanding that they didn't mean any harm, okay? They didn't mean any harm, because some people are just quick to bite our heads off, quick to and then they get comfortable doing that, and they start doing that, and then they start coming out with disgust and resentment. Okay. You're my soul full of resentment. Beyonce. Okay. All right. But yeah. So, what does it go? I don't want you and no other man. Everything I'm offering. I gave you the world. Did you the one of arguments? Now you can't fight it. I turn around and invite it. I like it. I really, really like. Oh, you know it. You know it. I do it. So come let me enjoy it. I like it. I really, really like it. I don't know how it goes. I'm trying to sing some of the parts I know of rap. Okay. But come on and go with me. Oh, girl. Come on over to my place, to my place. Won't you sit yourself down and take a seat and let me eat you, my girl. Always, always, always. Yeah, shorty, where you been? Oh, yeah, it's been a long, 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 long time since I see ya. Yes, it has, girl. And I know I said some fucked up things to you before, but girl, I didn't mean it. Oh, yeah. I never meant one single word. If I could take back everything, you believe it. I would do. If I knew you believe it. Hey, yeah. 'Cause you make my life so completed for me. We laugh and we cry together through the rain and the stormiest weather. You'll still be the one. It's forever. It's forever. So won't you come on and go with me, oh girl. Then come on over to my place, my place. Won't you sit yourself down and take a seat and let me ease you, my girl. Always, always, always. Again, sorry where you been. It's just a long, 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 long time since I seen ya. Yes, it has, girl. Yeah, I know I said some fucked up things to you before, but girl, you know I didn't mean it. Oh, I never meant one single word. And I don't know the part after that, but I'll take back every word I said, if I know you will believe me, something like that. Could you make my life so convenient or completed? I thought it said completed at first, but it's convenient. You make my life so convenient for me, okay? Some things they don't have to worry about because you take care of it, okay? And like we were talking about the door example, you know, like opening the doors, like, you know, like I don't have to think twice about opening my door or even touching the handle because you've done it for me, you know, like so somebody could feel like a similar thing with a woman, you know. Even when it comes to taking care of children, you know, like taking care of that responsibility. I was talking about that a little earlier, like a burden, providing or something like that. Somebody regretting that, you know, feeling bad about that, you know, like so they was like, yeah, come to my place, stuff like that. And then on the on the back of Tyrese, we got Fabulous and Tamia, okay, or Tamia. So I'm so into you. I think you're truly something special. Just what my dreams are made of. Let's stay together, baby boy. There's no one like you around. Oh, baby. Ooh. Na 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 na, yeah, yes. Uh, uh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can't really explain it. I'm so into you now. I want to be more than a friend you now. Baby girl, been not in the interview now. And I'm gonna send it to the tiles. I really like what you done to me. I can't really explain it. I'm so into you. I really like what you done to me. I can't really explain it. I'm so into you. I'm so into you. I really like what I feel when I'm with you. With you, you're a dream come true. Oh yeah, don't you ever leave my side. Oh no. Oh baby, oh I really like. Oh I can't explain it. I'm so into you. I really like what you done to me. Really explain it. I'm so into you. Yeah, I was just trying to sing the songs, parts I remember. But in my musical deck, the green ones are originals, and so both Tyrese and Fabulous and Tamia were originals, and then and then we have Nelly and Jaheim, my place, and some of them that are not in green that indicate originals. I just forgot it. You know, this one was supposed to be original. I remember that, and then I remember remembering the song. Okay, and then we got Ellie Goulding on the back of my place. Okay, so take me to let me take you to my place so you can love me like you do. And in the My Place song, he was saying, you know, like, you make my life so convenient for me, you know, like you make my life so completed. Okay, without you, girl, my life is incomplete. Yeah, without you, girl, I just can't stop loving you, but I doubt you much too late. I'll do anything and everything to hear you say that you stay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All of the women, all of the money. You can have it all. Just give me my baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Without you, alright, alright, alright. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even though it seems that I got everything, I don't have you, I don't have you. It makes me wanna cry, baby. Oh, baby, yeah, yeah. Without you, girl, my life. Without you, girl, my life. Without you, girl, my life is incomplete. Without you, girl, my life is incomplete. Oh, yeah, yeah, my life is incomplete. Woo! I love it. Okay. That's Cisco, incomplete. Okay. So yeah, a lot of this is like they're realizing it now. Okay. I'm so into you now. I want to be more than a friend in you now. And I was singing J. Cole and Miguel earlier. These names, initials, first middle, last name, and nickname could be important for y'all. And it says, all I want is you now. Okay. All I want is you now. Okay. That means something happened before they realize you are the choice. Okay. I choose you, baby. I choose you, baby. I Choose You by UGK Kings. The King keep coming out. All right. Or Underground Kings. That's what it means. UGK means Underground Kings. That's what it is. And then Outcast. Okay. Yeah, you been Outcast. Okay. There's a king in me. Goliath to defeat. Vision to decree. It's my destiny. There's a king in me. Oh, Goliath to defeat. Yeah. Vision to decree. Oh, these are my destiny. Marvin Sapp, okay? I heard you, Michael, coming through there. What's coming through? What's coming through? Okay, come on. Get the bus. Don't stop. Don't stop till you get it out. Come on. Get the bus. Don't stop. Don't stop till you get it out. Come on. Get the bus. Don't stop. Don't stop till you get it. Come on, baby. Don't stop. Don't stop till you get it to the body. And the feeling now. No matter. And in down I won't be complaining. In the night in love. My God, okay. I felt him doing the little pump thing he does. He was coming. All I want is you. But yeah, we have Ellie Golding. Oh, didn't I say somebody's name was Ella or something like so? Ellie, okay, or Melly, and Nelly came out too. And that's on the back of Nelly. Okay. Melly, Mimi, okay, something like that too. Mimi. Love me like you do, love me like you do. You're the night, you're the light, you're the color of my blood. You're the cure, you're the pain, you're the only thing I wanna touch. Never knew that it would mean so much, so much. I let you set the pain, but I'm not thinking straight. My head is spinning around, can't see clear no more. So what are you waiting for? Love me like you do. Love me like you do. Love me. Touch me like you do. Touch me like you do. What are you waiting for? I don't know how the second verse starts. You're the fear, I don't care. No. I don't know. On the edge of paradise, every inch of your skin is the only thing I wanna touch. Only you can set my heart on fire, on fire. Yeah, I'll let you set the peace, 'cause I'm not thinking straight. My head's spinning around, I can't see clear no more. Then what are you waiting for? Love me like you do, like you do. Love me like you do. Touch me like you do. Touch me like you do. Then what are you waiting for? So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Okay. So let's go. Let's hear from God. And we always hear from God, but let's hear from God's deck. All right. All love is readily available to me without conditions. Okay. Yeah, we got that unconditional love. Okay. We got that real love. Sweet love. We're in love. Sweet love. Anita Baker, okay? Names and initials, okay? The sky is the limit, okay? Biggie Smalls. This comes out a lot, okay? So there's no limits, okay? When God is in it, there is no limit, okay? Anyway, okay? Israel, new breed, y'all. Relationship could be revamping as well, but that is Biggie Smalls. He could be one of your angels with 112, okay? Sky is the limit, and keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit, and you can have what you want, be what you want. Sky is the limit, and keep on, just keep on pressing on. Sky is the limit, and you can have what you want, be what you want, have what you want, be what you want. He says in the song, on the rap part of his song, he said, I think this is the song that he says it. He says, like, I need to give my daughter a college tuition plan, so when she grow up, she won't need no man. Something like that. As well, like y'all establishing, foundations that's going to create things like that, if that's what you hope for, especially, see, to keep your children out of trouble, to keep your children on the right path, or, even him as a father, not wanting his daughter to get into, a situation where she actually needed the man. She just was with the man, but she didn't need him, so she didn't have to endure certain treatments, okay? I I personally, like, since I was a teenager, I make it a point, because I grew up, like, seeing people be beat by their baby daddies, when I was adopted. I would see them be beaten by their baby daddies, or, see the effects of it and stuff like that. And then a lot of them were with their baby daddies when they were just little girls who were like 13 or 14 as well, And I knew what type of household we lived in, what type of environment where people really didn't give compliments. People really didn't Wow. I must be saying something. Instill into their children, especially girls, the girls, that they were cute, that they were pretty, beautiful, even as well. So, like when I got to those ages and stuff like that, like I fought that shit like the plague, like I didn't even, yeah. I'm not going to get personal, but I didn't even really want to do stuff like that. And I saw, like, because in my family, most of those girls didn't graduate. If any of them graduate from high school, I don't know about it, but most of those girls didn't graduate from high school. So, like I avoid that like a plague, to do well in school while I was in school. But, I was saying all that to say, because I saw that, I made an effort when I was a teenager to start like telling little girls, especially when they're growing up and you seeing they're growing up into their beauty, telling them that they're beautiful, even though I'm a girl too, and they may be interested in men, but I'm telling them they're beautiful. So, the first time that they hear it, especially if they don't hear it from their parents and stuff like that, their environment, home environment, they heard it from someone else who didn't want nothing from them, who didn't want to hurt them, who gave them that, and hopefully they believed it, so they won't go out there and, get with a man that called them beautiful for the first time, and because they never heard it before in their life, they succumb to whatever this man is offering. Wow. I didn't know how that was going to tie into here, but that's beautiful. But yeah, so I guess the effects of that really has helped, like people remember me, because people have said disturbing things about it when it comes to girls and stuff like that. So I was even hesitant to start doing that as well, because I didn't want them to think I like their daughter, like if I said it around a parent who probably never told their daughter they were beautiful in their life and don't even realize it, I didn't want them to think that I was trying to get with their daughter or something like that. But like I would really genuinely tell them that you look cute. I do it with pregnant women too, because I believe it's so amazing. And this was even before I had children, like I would notice the beauty, when the beauty was present in certain pregnant women. And then I would kind of notice like they would not feel good about themselves, or they will feel like they're fat. They will feel that like they will feel yucky or icky or something like that. And if I see them looking beautiful, I would tell them they're beautiful, and I know they're doing a lot of work by baking a baby, carrying a baby and stuff like that, and they still out here looking beautiful, still out here even caring about their appearance and stuff like that if in public. And it's like, so I I I just believe in not spreading hurt, or if I see a pattern, I'm trying to break it right then and there, no matter what age I was or I am, and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah. And it says, I'm entitled to the blessings of Abraham. This came out in yesterday's reading, okay? And now I'm forgetting what that was. Or the last reading I did, okay? You will rule a nation, okay? So you are, this blessing could be dealing with leadership. These could be separate things as well, but in blessings of Abraham, the inheritance that God had on your life wrapped up just for you, okay? Thank you for my art. It helps me, okay? And if y'all don't know, this is a deck I only made for God and me, to speak to God and hear from God. Like, so that's why I sound like this sometimes. Or, like you'll hear certain things as well. And then it was only for us. It was sacred for us. And then slowly but surely, I start sharing it, okay? And even showing it, but, we are. All right. Maya Angelou. Okay. So emphasis on the angel, because you an angel. Okay. Thank you for my art. Like even getting into that, like, or, not focusing so much on something that takes your attention away for something else. Like I was mentioning earlier, like somebody feels like someone they're in a connection with, whether it's romantic or platonic, they're passionate about something, and they feel like, it's taking time away from them. And it's like, and I was like, the best way to combat that, is, or support that is, yeah, that's the word I was looking for, combat. Best way to combat that feeling, or not take it so personal against you, is to find ways you can support that, find ways you could be involved in that type of thing. Not to take it over, of course, but be involved in it, so much that you get just as excited or passionate about the thing as well. It's remind me of like how sometimes couples watch shows together, and then like maybe the woman would start watching the show, and then the I was about to say the dad, so especially parents. But the man, he he's walking past when she's watching the show, and stuff like that, and maybe he starts to think the show is taking more time away from his quality time and stuff like that. So one day he starts watching the show and he starts getting invested in it, and he's asking his wife, or his partner, his love, like, when is the next time you gonna watch the show, like so like that's how you overcome that type of thing, that resentment and stuff like that you could possibly have towards someone who is passionate about something. Okay. I knew this couple in the past where the woman, she had a dance squad, and the man, he was always driving her car, basically the woman's car. And he would always, like, when he would talk to me about her, he would always like mention how the dance team, but not only him was doing that, like she had older kids who would be resenting how much time she puts in his dance team. And I honestly saw both perspectives. I saw, like, how both sides could have been wrong or right, as well. But when it came to, like, during that time, when it came to, like, marriages and couples, I tried not to get into it unless I saw the fight breaking out right in front of me. But in my mind, I was thinking, like, he always drives her car and stuff like that. Why won't he, like, since he thinks she's spending so much time at this thing, like, why won't he make it a point to be in charge of transportation for different children? Because when I was in, dance class in the past, and I even seen this woman run her dance class as well, and they asked for the same amount of money that this dance class was asking for, if not more. All right. And they order a lot of uniforms, and we didn't even get to order that many different type of variety of uniforms, but it was expensive for some of us, and some of us will go to practice and not be able to perform because we didn't have a uniform. So so I can imagine, like, that could probably be still a problem right now in this particular dance class, which I know it is because of how she was managing the money. I wouldn't be surprised. Parents have expressed why her hand was always out, because when you do things like that, you're not supposed to even be looking at to make money off of it. If money comes from that, it should come as a surprise. You should not look to rely on that to generate income. But that's beside the point. What the point I was trying to take is, so if since that, I know that was a problem when I was a child, and I'm pretty sure it's a problem. I know it's a problem now because parents express it, there's been times where people would have to buy certain children uniforms and stuff like that. So since I know that's a problem, I could imagine some of them can't get to practice because they ain't got a ride, or can't get home for practice, so they don't want to go to practice and not be able to get home. So make it an effort, like a church van does, like making an effort that you're the transportation. And now you're there most of the time when she's there, like that's the best you can do. Like, but why isn't it a good thing that you see someone you love doing something they enjoy? And that's the thing you're focused on. Like I said, I have my own fucking opinions about how this woman is, but when it comes to this type of situation, and the passion that she have ain't one of them. It ain't one of the concerns at all. It ain't something I even think about. Like, honestly, I'm happy, like, yeah. And I used to, like, the children used to love me too, like, when I would show up, they would run to the door, scream my name and stuff like that. And so when I had to, cut off this connection, it really hurt me. I wanted to still come around, even just for the children, and not because of the praise they give me, because I didn't do much, but that type of connection developed with these children, all different types of ages too, from 3 on up, until you can't dance in those type of things anymore. But, so, like, I've had my own reservations, and I had to cut off relationship with that, with this particular woman. But, a lot of this stuff was said when I was in connection with them. And like I said, I don't want to get into it unless, It's an actual fight in front of me. And there's been time there was an actual fight in front of me with this couple, this married couple as well. And I was able to interfere. But I try not to, interfere in people's life, be in people's business, okay? But what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong, okay? And we had our own reason even for falling out as well. Wow, the rune came out. I was talking about the Jera rune, and then Rob wanted me to highlight the Ra in Jera. Okay, Jera. Okay. But yeah, see, abundance, rewards for labor and justice. That's what I was saying. Wow. Your 5th house and the 8th house could be important, or signs in those houses could be important as well, or even transits in those houses right now could be important, and indicators or confirmations for you if you need them. All right. Jehovah Jireh, my provider. Jehovah Nissi, Lord, you reign in victory. Nissi could be reigning, okay? Someone's name could be Nissi. Remember I was saying Nini earlier too? Wow, look at that. I believe in myself. I hope you do. I hope you do by now, okay? Right, whatever, rah, like a dungeon dragon, okay? And a dungeon dragon, someone who's been locked up, someone who's been suppressing their feelings, could be very significant right now, especially with the topic that we're focusing on. All right, what did it say? Sharing is caring. Okay, share the care. Meet me there. Sharing is caring, and sharing is fun. Yeah, so it says sharing is caring and fun. Okay. Coco Melon songs keep coming out. Okay, somebody watching Coco Melon? There are higher powers protecting me. Okay, and some of this protection and guardianship you feel probably, but I was just trying to say guardship, or like guarding, you feel like it's coming from the divine. Like I was talking about the child wanting to be people's friend, their parents' friend, like it's coming from the divine because that's what God wants it to be. I want it that way. Backstreet Boys. My way, oh, God's way, oh, yeah, she said y'all can't satisfy their needs. They keep running back to see me do it God's way. I am fierce, okay? Sasha, fierce, okay? Oh, yeah, energy. Oh, yeah, okay? Oh, yeah, I am mad. I'm passionate, okay? I'm passionate. See, all that keeps coming out. I'm surprised a card dealing with passion didn't come out yet. I am confident, okay? Or somebody's not as confident, okay? Not confident enough, okay? Watch my video that says shyness gets you nowhere, okay? We're going to have some fights instead of be struggling with our kindness, our shyness, and all that type of stuff, okay? We're struggling with our confidence, all right? I have faith. I have strong faith. Strong finish. I have strong faith. Okay. I give and receive respect. Harriet Tubman energy with the gun. Yeah, she will pull out that gun. Okay, yeah, my baby is here. Yeah, this card he scribbled on as well, and it shows like his presence or his energy. And it's also Nana Baruku energy. Okay, Nana Baruku. Okay, have you simmered down yet? Because I wrote she will drown you all. Okay, drown you all. She's gonna drown you all. They won't see you fall. She's gonna drown you are. They trying to take our gifts, so she gotta do this shit now. Drown them all. We gotta drown them all. That's my song, but I say kill them all. Figuratively or literally, okay? I was scared to share it. I didn't want to share it with nobody but God. It was my own ritual, okay? But yeah, so God was like, no, they need to request that same thing, okay? Figuratively or literally. Keep that in mind, okay? But God gonna take care of it, okay? It's more acceptable for God to do it. Everybody except God doing it, all right? That's why natural disasters get away with it. He gets away with natural disasters, and not to make fun of it, nothing like that. But a flood could be happening, or if you were a victim of that type of thing, you were actually able to witness that and be impacted by that, you got to check your karma. You got to get right with God. I'm telling you. Because God won't let that shit hit you at all. The pandemic did not affect everybody in a negative way. So his name could start with H, end with the L. But yeah, so I'm about to go. Hope this message blessed y'all and y'all enjoyed it. Anything you want in the reading to come true for you, I hope it comes true for you soon. Yeah, whether it's good or bad as well. And thank you, God and God's team, God and Goddesses, in the heavenly realm for y'all messages today. I hope I did y'all justice. Okay, I'm gonna go. Maybe I'll see you guys soon. Again, I should do. If y'all don't know already, I do try to make a point to come on here every single day, so you will get a message from me every single day, at least one from me. But some days you may get more, like yesterday. All right. So check out those readings that I mentioned, especially if I mentioned them more than once in this reading today. I'm also gonna make the other ones in the past public. At first I didn't think God wanted me to, but I will. All right. Okay. Cause y'all think y'all scaring us into a corner. Nah. Nah. I will respectfully whip your ass, figuratively. All right. I will respectfully slap your ass back. Cause in the name of every slide, by the power invested in me, okay, I let you slide. I let you slide. I did a reading in the past about, it said, God will let you slide. But in the name of every slide, God gonna remember those slides. God probably forgot some of the slides, but God remembered that I let you slide so many times. So in the name of every slide, all that power is gonna add up in that one slide, okay? Slip and slide, take it to the house, take it to the house, take it to the house. We on fire, take it to the house. You got that fire, take it to the house. Slip and slide, take it to the house, take it to the house, take it to the house. No, ain't no stopping it. Then, no, there's something. Then, that's that. And that's easy, taking all the tracks. And that, to go to nothing up, but. Until the last, my name is Trina. You know my name. I'm still the baddest and ain't damn bear change. Slip and slide with Trina, okay? Or slip and slide Express, and then Trick Daddy, Trina, and all that type of stuff. Okay. Slip and slide, take it to the house. No, it's called Take It to the House. And sometimes when I hear that, I think about somebody saying, like, take that thing to the house, like move it to the house. So somebody could be moving. I was talking about packing earlier. Anyway, but yeah, so again, thank y'all so much for your time today. However long y'all choose to stay, and stuff like that. You made it all the way to the end of this video. So if I held your attention this long, do I deserve a like now? May I please have a like? Okay. Thank you. All right. Bonus blessings to you, whether I'm on here or not. Okay. Goodness, please. Oh, please. Pretty please. Okay, you made it all the way here. Okay. I been said I was about to go. Okay, you could have left in. All right. But I love you guys. Hopefully these messages blessed you and you enjoyed it. And again, anything you want in these readings to come true, I hope it comes true for you and for you soon. Come back and visit me in the future, please, and subscribe. If you haven't already, join this tribe, this kingdom of God. We're building here through tarot. Yes, through tarot. I love you so much. I love you, baby. Baby, it's just why I love you so much. Baby, it's just why I can't get enough. Baby, it's just why I love you so much. I love only you. Not only you, but only your type of people. Okay, how about that? Okay. But yeah, I love you, baby. I love you, baby. Okay, I love you so much. I love you as much as I was created to love you. Okay, I believe it's my duty. Okay, to love and care for you. I care for you. Can I talk to you? Comfort you. Let you know I care for you. That's Aaliyah. I care for you. And then her name to me means a little girl, okay? A little girl, or they're mentioning a little girl, okay? Aaliyah, a girl that's not Aaliyah. Their name is not Aaliyah, but it could be Leah, just Leah. But the nickname could be that as well. So, and spell like, Leah, especially. Um, but hers is L to the Y-I-I. Wait, it is the Liyah, or spell like that. But especially the first one, the one with the E. All right. But yeah, so I love you guys. Take care. Come back and visit me in the future, please. Okay. Check out any of my videos from the past or any ones I mentioned in this reading. Okay. Bye. Have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Bye. Kiss you through the phone. I didn't forget. I gotta kiss him through the phone every time I end the video. Okay. Kiss you through the phone. I'll see you later on. La 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 la. Love him. I love him so much. All right.